Welcome to another episode of TaviRadio SatAM. Tav is not here with me, your other co-host, the man formerly known as Lycan Jones, and Lycan is my given name, but I don't feel much like a Lycan because I'm a man right now. But with me this week, new co-host while Tav is on the campaign trail, his very own uncle, TaviRadio Funkle. The funkiest uncle around. Uncle Funkle or Uncle Tav? You pick your name.
It's gonna be here. This is quite the studio guy. But to use some more neon lights. You should invest in my neon light business.
This is like what, the fifth business you have, Uncle Tav?
That's about the seventh.
Seventh? How many businesses do you run, Uncle Tav?
It's somewhere in the double digits, a little bit below the triple digits.
What? Wait, that doesn't make any sense. You said 7 businesses and that. Well, no, that doesn't make any sense.
I get around a lot,
Yeah, you do. Speaking of which, how was your trip from Hoboken to here?
I took a train here and then a bunch of rat bastards tried to rob me and stuff, and I had to show them the old kung fu. That's part of my 17th business.
You own a karate dojo.
Yeah, I'm the sensei there.
Oh.
Tafu.
Does it work?
I don't know, you tell me. I beat up 3 guys out there in the studio. They were trying to approach me, asking me for my ID, for my clearance. I said the only thing clearance is at my store down in the local bakery.
Which store would that be? Because you just mentioned you have like around 7 businesses. So you got a Kung Fu Dojo, you got neon, like a neon light business, and then what? There's 5 more.
I got a clearance shopping store,
All right,
I buy old stuff that stores don't want no more, and I just put them up on the
liquidation store. Good. And then what?
I got tons more. I'd be here all day trying to explain all this stuff.
All right. Well,
I run a bank too.
Oh, I don't like the sound of that.
The first bank of TaviRadio. You gotta be a New York resident to apply in it, though.
But you live in Hoboken, New Jersey.
You know me.
All right. Well,
can't have any locals kind of get near them, so those filthy New Yorkers gotta get their money somehow.
Speaking of which, you get into a lot of fights with New Yorkers. In fact, some of your appearances on Meal Boy have suggested that you're not exactly the internet's favorite uncle.
What are you talking about? I thought I was.
Well, I have some bad news. For example, I don't know how to put this, but you've gotten a nickname in the comments calling you Creepy Uncle Tav.
Why would they think I'm creepy? I'm a good guy. I've got legitimate businesses.
They don't like how you kind of cavort and like caper about. You got these weird body movements that suggest that you're gonna teach us stupid tricks of dimes, and you're just gonna end up fucking it up and saying, that's life.
Listen. In my younger years, I used to be a birthday party magician.
Okay.
Right? So maybe these kids think that I was a bad one, alright? Because I'm not, okay? Watch this.
I'm not talking about kids. I'm talking about probably men in their 30s commenting on these internet videos you've shown up, like when you took over and like did that state fair video where you shot that kid in public for taking your deep fried Twinkie. Or when you showed up after Jod fatally... Well, I mean, he got better. But after Jod stabbed your nephew and you showed up... Which, by the way, is it weird that an uncle and his nephew are identical looking? You just look like an older version of your nephew?
Well, you got the good genes in this one. His father, not so much.
Eee.
That kid had it coming. I don't like thieves. I think everything should be earned through hard work. People that don't work hard are a bunch of pussies.
Okay, well.
This kid coming up to me, stealing my Twinkie that I use for my hard-earned money.
Some of these entitled millennials, huh?
Yeah, I fucking hate them all the time. They think they own everything. They're a bunch of special snowflakes.
Well, I would share that same sentiment, even though I'm like a couple hundred years older than you. But there's
Oh,
also that same video where Jod stabbed your nephew with some sharp cheddar. You show up and you ask him what's on his mind, and he confuses you for your nephew again.
well, yeah, all these millennials, they do this all the time. They think they know everything, and then I don't understand at all because
Technically, Jod would be a Zoomer.
I don't know what the hell that is.
Post millennials, the new kids.
Oh, yeah, guess they're fucking weird, too. I don't get it. Alright? He eats an apple, and then he starts telling me a bunch of stuff from this thing called the knowledge, and
Let me guess. Back in your day, we had simple conspiracy theorists.
we were simple men, like how the men in black aren't even real. They're made up.
Okay.
There was an alien crash in Roswell, and guess what? He wasn't gray at all, he was green. I don't know what the cameras were doing back then.
Well, it was in black and white, sir. So.
That's how a lot of people like to see the world. Black and white.
Only two kinds of people. Kidding. Let me guess. Only two kinds of people.
There's only two kinds of people in my world. Those who work hard like me,
Yeah.
and those who don't do shit.
All right. Well, you come from a different time. Even though what, you're like a Gen Xer.
I fought in Nam, kid.
Okay, so you're a weirdly young, youthful-looking boomer.
You know.
Okay, boomer. Anyways, we got a couple things on the show. At the top right now, we got some we got some mail apparently.
No, we got mail, huh?
Yeah, we got mail. All right, so here we go. Our first actual email into our official email inbox. This comes from one. Oh, it's Tarumo. And Tarumo emailed us the word nuggies, and I think what looks like a picture of the collector naked running in the woods.
Wait a minute, let me see that. Hold up.
He said nuggies.
Oh, no. That's what we call here a skinwalker. I remember dealing with one of these when I used to be a paranormal investigator.
How'd that go?
Well, you know, the Jersey Devil, he doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah. Well, I guess that's all we have. How sad. If you have any questions or comments, please email them to asktaviradio SatAM at gmail.com. It's all lowercase, people. It's not hard to send us shit. We will literally read a bad nu metal poem on... Oh, maybe not that, but...
Fucking new metal, of course. That's some millennial ass shit right there. Why can't you kids just listen to some good old fashioned Italian opera?
You like Italian opera, Uncle Funkle?
Yes, I do.
Has any of your... I just realized something. Has any of your nephews ever called you Fun Uncle Funkle? Or Funkle Funkle?
No, a lot of them just call me Uncle Tav, you know. A lot of us... I mean, we're all Tavs in this family.
Except for the internet who calls you Creepy Uncle Ted.
I'm gonna beat the shit out of who said that.
Hey,
kid! Meet me in Hoboken! I'll beat the shit out of you.
They're on the internet. They're not going to do any of that. These
Yeah, 'cause
kids...
a bunch of pussy lightweights.
Alright. Speaking of lightweights and a bunch of people who won't start shit. So every week since we opened up our mailboxes to these people, we've been getting these... I want to call them disturbing, but more just like sad recordings from this tulpa that we may or may not have created of this dead gamer named Yoda Gaming.
Topa? Isn't that the Mexican mole?
That's Topo, sir. Tulpa is a psychic manifestation. You thought you were a paranormal investigator.
This is some new shit, man. I just went went down like skinwalkers for some reservations nearby. Which oftentimes it turns out to be just some kid pulling a prank. I still beat the shit out of them and show them the corpse of the skinwalker, but you know how it goes.
Well, anyways, so Tulpa is a psychic manifestation that that can only live as long as people believe in it, and Tav's grief over a suicidal gamer Yoda gaming caused him to like bring him to life. But then I think my anger and hatred towards him manifested in corrupting his psyche. So now he's become this angry, evil version of himself that's more proactive in terms of how he wants to murder your nephew. And here's his newest tape. For his first tape, for those of you, since you weren't here when it happened, he sang a bizarre cover of Meatloaf's "Crying." And then the next one, he just kind of sent a more ominous, like, creepy, I'm always watching you one. Here's his newest one. And here we go.
Okay.
So you didn't think I would hear you, huh? And think that I wouldn't don't listen to this fucking podcast? Huh? Son of a bitch! Fat bastard! Fat ugly bastard! You belong in a manga! I'll fucking kill you if I see you on the streets. If I see you on the streets, fucking dead. You stupid idiot. You big fat idiot. If I see you on the streets, fucking dead.
Yeah?
No, he sounds pissed off.
Yeah. Well, he just said that if he sees your nephew on the streets, he's fucking dead.
Yo, but isn't Yoda that green guy from that nerd movie?
Yeah. This gamer decided to model himself after that Muppet.
Listen, I don't like nerds so much. They're always so needy. They're a bunch of little bitches. I used to run a comic book store back in the day.
Oh God, I wonder how this went. What'd you stock it with? Pornos?
No. I had my own porno business.
Oh God.
I had to rebrand myself like 3 times with that stuff. It's a long story, man. I would be here all day. But I used to have a comic book shop when those movies came out. I thought they were amazing. You know, like they were actually in space. I believe they were in space. And then these nerds come around back in the 90s when I was starting to close down the shop a bit, okay?
Yeah.
A lot of things were not getting very much popular. I think comic books sucked back in the 90s. In the 80s and 70s, you know, they were really good classics. 90s, there was a lot of garbage and whatnot, and I didn't like it so much. And then these kids were starting to get into this game called Magic the Gathering. I didn't like it so much.
Oh God, aka Cincinnati Time Waste 2.0.
Either way, I remember when I think that the 4th Star Wars movie opened up and kids were like trying to come in. I was not having any of it. They were just angry about everything so much.
Well, to be fair, sir, The Phantom Menace is not a good movie.
I thought it was alright. I'm a simple man. I like simple things.
Let me guess. You like Jar Jar.
I thought he was pretty cool, you know. He was
he was made from computers and...
No, it's amazing that they got someone to make him look so realistic in that movie. I believed he was real. I could find this guy probably in the New York sewers if I had to.
And did you?
Well, I think I did. I just found that Ratman.
Okay. Well, if you were to meet Yoda Game, how would you solve this problem? Because this guy's been... Look, we haven't had time to take this guy out personally. Taz on the campaign trail. I have no interest in... My mental health is actually okay. In fact, this is more of Tav's problem than it is mine.
You know, I just beat the shit out of this guy.
He's like, I think, this tall.
Exactly. What's the problem? Just fucking punt him a bit, you know?
Well, I was thinking, I mean, and you know, I'll see how this ends up for next week when Tav comes back. But
you know where this guy lives?
My plan was to expose a kink he's got.
A kink, huh? I know the world of those.
Yeah, well, you said that you were telling me off air that you apparently run a sex hotline.
Yeah, it's one of my many businesses. I still run a sex hotline.
That's business number 4 on current businesses here.
Yeah, it's still pretty popular. Phone businesses are still popular. You know, I run a beeper type of business too.
That's business number 5. People still use beepers.
Yeah, mostly doctors. It's pretty secure.
Okay.
Can't really hack a beeper.
All right, well, you got me there. But, yeah, I was going to say I was going to expose Yoda Gaming for being at the cock and ball torture.
No, I think you just did. But I remember sometimes, because we hire real women for my hotlines, all right? And
Yeah.
I pay them as good as I can get, And I remember them saying, like, they couldn't take it anymore. This guy kept going on about her wanting to crush his cock with a rock, stuff like that.
Well, I actually have a clip of him saying that. Apparently somebody leaked that phone call. Yeah, somebody leaked that phone call for you. Alright, here's that tape that we managed to secure.
Crush my cock with a rock, I must. Maximum pain I must endure. Okay, here we go.
Yeah, I remember that phone call.
Apparently that phone call was 7 minutes long.
I mean, he paid for the minutes, alright? I guess I'll say that much, but after that we had to ban cock and ball torture. I don't understand it myself. A lot of things I don't understand in this world, and that's one of them. This Yoda guy.
Hold on a
I might
second.
just take care of him for you.
Hold on a sec. So you run a sex hotline business, but you don't like any of your clientele?
I'm a simple man. I'm a businessman, alright? When I see thing that I could potentially make money from,
Yeah.
I don't care what it is, okay? So, if I can just set up a sex hotline
Right?
and not have to participate it myself,
Yeah.
then I'll do it. Because I know where money is, alright?
Right?
But I don't have to like my clientele. I just have to make
clearly you don't. You just called him a sick fucko.
Well, yeah, because, I meet a lot of sick fucks in my time. I think he's one of the sickest. He's a little green man.
Hold on.
Wait
a minute. Here at TaviRadio SatAM, we're pretty kink friendly. We don't kink shame. Look, we believe that people are allowed to, have the freedom to torture their nutsacks any way they want.
Yeah, but why would you cause that much pain to yourself?
Because he enjoys it, Uncle Tab. That's his kink. We don't kink shame here.
Well, maybe he wouldn't have done the divorce. He kept caring about it so much.
Or maybe his wife should have been more open. Or maybe he shouldn't have married such a vanilla woman. Why don't you marry Yoda Gaming's wife and take his children?
I'm a married man. I've been married for about 30 years now.
Okay.
I've had 7 kids.
You don't want 2 wives? Going the polyamory route?
No, I can't do that. I'm dedicated to the one I love. Love you, Marcia.
Please don't take my money.
Hey! Don't give her any ideas now.
Hi! I was joking?
Please, Marcia, don't, okay? I'll come back home, I swear.
Alright, well, let's go check on your nephew on the campaign trail. And here we go.
Alright, you know what? It doesn't cost anything to vote for me. Alright? But it costs your dignity to vote for a dog. Vote for me. Everybody's Funko. I'll fucking kill you. Who said that? Listen, this man disrespected me. And he'll disrespect anybody else.
Oh no, the audio cut out. How do you feel about your nephew's chances of winning this election?
Oh man, I think he's making me proud.
He just beat up a citizen in that audio clip.
Yeah, but he sounded like he had it coming to him. Who the hell just yells at someone calling him a fat bastard? I think
He said he said, "Boo, you stink."
Well, he might as well have said that. Saying something so mean like that. Why would you do that? If you say stuff like that in public to someone, then you're pretty much asking for them to beat your ass.
Okay.
I've had to deal a lot of this I've had to do a lot of this, especially when I go down to New York to check on my New York businesses. Oftentimes I'll see some fucking, some piece of shit walking and he'll bump into me on purpose. I'm like, hey pal, you cruising for a bruising or what? And he'll turn around and he'll be a big pussy, but oh sorry man, I didn't mean it. I'm like, no, you fucking meant it. I know when a accidental shove is and on purpose shove is, you fucking bastard, I'm gonna kill you. And that's I'm in the NYPD, wanted for murder.
Yeah, I actually have the newspaper for that. It says here in the article, local business owner throws Gold Star student into subway, gets killed. So, by the way, you gotta tell New York to step it up with these fucking headlines, man. Hearing like if a Bummervillian wrote that, it would be like, local fat cat takes poor Gold Star student and murders him in front of his goddamn family, slit his throat ear to ear, dead.
Well, you know, there's certain things you do on the East Coast that you guys don't do here in the, whatever the fuck this is.
Ohio?
Yeah, whatever that is.
So we're in the Midwest. Look, man. We're not your coastal elites or people of the earth because we're surrounded by it.
You know, you made a good point, but the people down in New Jersey.
What about them?
They have a lot of heart, you know. A lot of them are simple men who enjoy the simple things in life, like coming home to their loved ones.
You guys make reverse pizzas in New Jersey. Why? Just to show up New York, just like, yeah, New York, they've got their stupid big fat pieces of pizza you gotta fold into a taco. You know what? We got our own pizza. We're putting the cheese on first, then the sauce on top. Sounds like a dumb idea.
Well, you know, tomato pie's delicious, but at the same time, I also have love for the New York slice. I'm a man of many loves, alright? As you can tell, I love food.
But you still don't want to get into a polyamorous relationship.
Well, of course not. Look, I prefer...
Look, I'm trying to bait you, Uncle Tab.
You can't do that, man. I've been around the block too many times.
Alright, we're having a real debate here. Alright. Do you like anime?
Those fucking Chinese cartoons or what?
Okay. What's the best video game of all time? Doom or Pac-Man?
Well, you know, I remember when I used to run a video arcade. You know,
You're in the hot seat, Uncle Tab. Doom or Tetris?
You know, back in my day, I used to run a video arcade back in the Jersey Shore. I used to be on that boardwalk, you know, and it was very popular. And I remember a lot of. I think that my favorite game, other than the pinball machines, you know, I love pinball.
Well, who doesn't? Okay, I guess that's common ground we can have. Thinking about installing it in the studio, playing it in the background while Tav talks about some dumb anime stuff.
Again, you know, sometimes I don't know what my nephew's into. Oftentimes I think I understand him. I don't know. I just tell him to do you, kid, alright? But don't be a little bitch about anything.
Okay.
You know, sometimes you have to show the people you love some hard love.
To be fair, Tav picks fights of everybody.
What do you think he gets from?
He put two businesses out of business, and then he buried a bunch of dead nerds in an unfinished subway station.
That's my nephew, alright. Man, I'll tell you what, you gotta go visit the Funkle household down in, like, Hoboken.
I do not want to.
You probably like
But
them.
you didn't say Tetris or Doom.
Personally, I'm more of a Miss Pac-Man type of guy.
Okay.
But
Not what I asked, but fair enough.
You know, I like Tetris and all. Those Reds should have made a good game, but personally, I'm more of a Pac-Man type of guy. I like Galaga. Pong is pretty classic. I remember...
Asteroids?
No, Asteroids, I used to have an Asteroids machine, and then someone pissed on it, and I got fucking pissed, too. So I had to throw it out into the...
Donkey Kong?
Oh, man, I love that fucking ape. I think it's so cool.
But you ever played Doom, Mr. Funkle?
Not really, man. I remember...
You like rock music? Let me play you the theme song to Doom. Maybe this will change your mind. Just give me a minute. I gotta pull out my tape machine.
That's okay. Take your time.
All right.
Hey, wait a minute. I know this.
What do you mean?
This is Metallica.
No, it's not. It's Doom.
No. I know this is Metallica for sure. What the heck is this?
Let's go to some commercials.
Attention, people of Bumbleville. I know I typically operate in the New Jersey, New York area, but I decided I'm setting up a new business here in Bumbleville. I mean, I'd leave in charge with my nephew. You know, he'll be my manager. I'm gonna have a personal phone business. We can call in and get some sweet treats and tips and stories for your good old Uncle Tav. You'll hear many stories about my travels, my war stories, my sex stories, my love stories, everything by me from my experiences and whatnot, even some spooky stories from when I used to be a paranormal investigator. So call
Number redacted.
now. For the first minute, you'll pay only 50 cents, and for the rest,
$2.99.
so come on down and give me a call, and I'll tell you many wonderful stories. I'll be waiting you, my niece and nephews.
So, you thought we were gone? Well, let me tell you right now, we're back. Big Eddie Spaghetti and Victor Victoroli have teamed up for the Spaghetti Brothers Pizza Extravaganza. Tired of cardboard and cheese and, what is that, garlic sauce? I think it's garlic sauce, right, Daddy? Yeah. So now we're back and we got better pizza, real ingredients from Italy that we imported. We got little old ladies that we imported in big crate boxes with air holes and pizza inside for them to eat, to come into our business and need our own official Italian pizza dough. Don't eat garbage. This guy needs to sell his pizza with floor shows using mannequins and busted ass animatronics he stole probably. No, you come over here. We'll give you real Italian food business. I guarantee it. Right, Eddie? Yeah.
Alright, yeah, that was a good jackknap I just took.
Well, that didn't happen, people. So during the break, I talked to Uncle Tav. Turns out, you once managed Metallica briefly in the 80s.
Yeah,
And
I did. I went on tour with them.
And they still send you their copies of their new songs.
Yeah, I'm good friends with them, you know.
And apparently, you were the first person to call James Hetfield after he had that pyrotechnic accident on stage one time.
Yeah, because I was worried about him. You know, I was managing this kid, and I didn't want him to get too hurt. You know, I like him. He's like one of my sons.
You know, okay, for a guy who looks like he just listens to Elvis or anything from the 60s, like the Platters or some shit, I'm shocked that you like Metallica.
No, I support a lot of people. I appreciate when people try to be innovative with music or anything like that. And I feel like getting my mitts into it is a good move for me. You know, I try to support people that work hard. I love hard workers.
Which brings us to a new segment just made for Uncle Tav here because of the small amount of research I did. So you saw in a record store back in the 80s. So I guess we're gonna do a segment called Baby Music or Adult Music.
Okay.
And this is based on a thing that one of your former customers in New Jersey, one Rick Jimmyson, once said.
Yeah, I remember little Jimmy.
His name was Rick.
Yeah, I remember little Rick.
Anyways, yeah. Apparently, you'd have a thing where customers would come up to you. They would bring up their purchases like, and you would say something like, this is baby music. This is adult music right here.
Oh, man, this is baby music right here. Why are you listening to this, kid? Or oftentimes it'd be like, now this is the good shit, man. You got the...
Anyways, so let me pick out some titles here. Some musicians. Paula Abdul.
That's some good shit right there. I love her voice.
All right. Boston.
You know, as a fellow East Coastman, I'm not a big fan of Boston. They only have one good song.
So baby music or adult music?
Baby music. But except for that one song that I say, that's right there. That's the good stuff.
All right. Styx.
Baby music.
The Beatles.
Oh, those are my guys. I remember when I saw Lennon myself.
The Beatles, the Beatles solo career.
Which ones?
John Lennon.
You know, I like some of his music a lot because he was maybe one of my favorite. He was one of my favorites. They were like.
But adult music or baby music?
Adult music, right there.
Paul McCartney.
You know, I'm still glad that he still put stuff out, and I appreciate his music still, and I still listen to it. So I gotta say that's adult music right there.
George Harrison.
Oh, man, his music, I love it, too. I can't go wrong with it. It's pretty good.
Ringo Starr.
Ringo made albums?
Yeah. A few of them. No comment?
No comment yet. I gotta listen to it later. I'll call back and I'll answer the question.
All right. Creedence Clearwater Revival.
Baby music.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Leonard Skinner.
Oh, fuck that. That's pussy music. Fuck Leonard Skinner, that son of a bitch.
They're all dead, you know. That plane crash.
Serves them right. That's what they go
Jim Croce.
Oh, that's some adult music right there.
John Denver.
Oh, my man, John Denver, man. I remember being, I used to love listening to his tapes. Everybody was listening to that stupid song, Fortunate Son. Fucking hated that piece of shit song. But you know what saved me throughout that time? John Denver's soothing voice. Adult music.
Dolly Parton.
Oh, my woman, Dolly. Man. If there's anybody I would be unloyal to my wife about, it'd be Dolly Parton.
Oh, all right, fair enough.
Adult music.
I make that choice.
Working 9 to 5. That's one of my favorite songs because it's about me, the working man. She's saying for the working man.
Okay. Speaking of working men, Bruce Springsteen.
Oh, the boss.
You're from New Jersey. I think you're obligated to like him.
Come on, that's not even a fair question. Of course, I'm gonna say he's adult music.
All right,
he's the boss.
All right, here's some. If you own the record store today, what would be considered baby music and adult music? Miley Cyrus.
No, that's fucking baby music.
Cardi B.
Baby music.
Nickelback.
Baby music.
Jonas Brothers.
You know, my little nieces and my granddaughters, they really like those Jonas Brothers dads, and I don't think they're too bad. You know, I think they're not baby music, but they're not adult music either. They're like
teenager music.
Yeah, they're a bunch of teenager music. You know,
Justin Bieber.
Nah, that's some baby shit right there.
I thought you were gonna call it like wimpy music or something like that.
Nah, he's a fucking baby. He challenged my man Tom Hanks.
Kanye West.
You know, Tav was into him for a while. He had a phase where he was into Kanye. But, you know, you're his friend. You'd probably even know that. His music, it's not for me. I personally don't like a lot of things he raps about. You know, there's better rappers here. You know, I'm an East Coast man, and I'm an innovator. You know, I like when people work hard, so I appreciate.
All right, Wu-Tang Clan.
Oh, those guys! I remember, I used to manage them too.
Really? You
Yeah.
managed the RZA and the Jizza.
The RZA, the Jizza.
Old Dirty Bastard, Method Man. Raekwon the Chef.
All of them. I managed them.
All right.
Before they got a new manager, though.
Okay.
But I still appreciate them because you know, I got to see them grow, and they outgrew my britches. So I'm like, okay, all right, kids.
Notorious B.I.G.
Oh man, Biggie, he's a legend, man. I can't go wrong with him. He's adult music.
Let's see. What's another new ass song? That Charlie XCX or whatever.
Baby shit right there. I don't understand.
Halsey.
What is that? A fucking cough drop brand? Baby shit.
Here's the newest one. Billie Eilish.
Man, I don't know anything about that too much, but from what I understand, from what my granddaughters are showing me or make me listen to, that's some baby shit. I always tell them, like, listen, kid, here's a John Denver tape. You listen to this, because this is what I used to listen to when I was your age. All right? Back in now.
Okay, well, I'm... Alright, well, is there any new music that you like, Uncle Tev? Or you prefer to be stuck in the past because everything sucks?
You know, this is the music for new generation and whatnot. I feel like I have no place to appreciate it. So I think I'll just listen to what I like the most. You know, John Denver, the
So
boss.
what you're asking, Uncle Tev, is that somebody put you into a grave.
I'll put them in the grave first, those fucking bastards.
So if a bunch of kids, a bunch of 15-year-old show is like, hey, old fuck, we're here to kill you. Your generation, dead. My generation, live.
You know, then I'd pull out the old Tafu. No one can stop Tafu.
What if they're all black belts in Kung Fu because their parents were like helicopter parent. Just like someday you're gonna fight a big Italian guy from New Jersey, and you're gonna have to learn this.
I don't care if they know fucking Jeet Kune Do, man. That fool has a lot of elements of a lot of other things. You know, a master of none, but a jack of all trades. I got technique for everything. I'm also classically trained in the dragon fighting style of kung fu, which I incorporate into my fighting style. And I also know a little bit of mantis and crane.
Man your size knows mantis and crane, one of the most like delicate fighting styles of all time that require a lot of grace.
Listen, you give me about a couple minutes to stretch, and I'll show you how graceful I can be.
All right. So
I used to know Bruce Lee.
All right. Oh, so we got another transmission from Tav. This is also on the campaign trail. Apparently, here he is at Peachy's speech.
I promise. And if you want to be, keep listening. Just wishes. Good job. Your podcast everywhere. Every time will be a job guy. You're one job. Both of me. I promise.
Hey, this guy's got a boner.
Okay, so your nephew just fought a dog.
Yeah, I used to do that all the time. There used to be this one dog. Man, when I was a kid, there used to be this one dog that fucking hated my guts. Me and my friends would be walking around, you know, doing our thing.
Oh, I don't like where the story's going, sir.
Doing our thing in New York, you know, just walking around, being a bunch of kids. And all of a sudden, this big dog, this Cuban lady had, would just fucking chase after us. But not after us, specifically me. So even though I'm a man this size, I became the fastest runner around my friends. And they're a bunch of skinny little
Okay,
kids.
There's some discrepancy there. Because I have a photograph and an article from that time period. And it says here, local boy refuses to take off sausage vest and bacon belt. Explain that for me.
Well, you know, you have to age sausage and bacon to make it into good flavor, and I gotta do that for my
You
nana.
were 15.
Yeah, I did this for my nana. She had an Italian restaurant.
What? Why would you go near, like... If you knew this dog lived in that neighborhood, why don't you go on, like, the opposite end?
Because my friends were a bunch of dumbasses, you know. I told them, like, let's avoid this area. I got a sausage vest on. I gotta help my grandma. And they're just like, Dad, you're just being a big pussy, okay? The dog's not gonna do anything, you know. Whatever. It's probably inside right now. I'm like, that's an outdoor dog.
Outdoor dog, funny. Dog should be inside.
You know, and I'd walk by there and that dog would be like, woof, 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 woof. I'm like, God, you son of a bitch. This time you're not gonna get any sausage from my nana, right? She's gonna give me the fucking sandal right now. I'm gonna beat him up. I remember I had to fight a dog for 3 days straight.
Jesus. Well?
And I protected the sausage best. And I came back to my nana like, you know, Nana, the 3 day aged sausage just for you for your pizzas and your bolognese sauce and whatnot. You know, because she was a professionally trained chef. She trained Mario Batali.
Well, interesting story. I'm glad we don't live in those time periods because I was, to be fair, I was alive and a young wolfman at the time. I didn't have to do any of that stuff. In fact, all the things that you people talked about are alien to me. We don't do that in werewolf communities.
You know, I mean, I can't imagine a werewolf fighting like a dog, because you guys probably that's probably maybe like it's like a distant relative in a way, isn't it?
Yeah, in a way. I mean, dogmen. Werewolves voted for dogmen. That's why he's in office.
I mean, yeah, I have no respect. I have no ill meaning towards dogmen, but I feel like a lot of things he's been doing lately benefits these younger guys or these dogs, and I'm like, what about the stuff for us old folk?
Do you mean the stuff that you guys had given to you on a silver plate for so long?
That's not the upper middle class. You have to understand I'm a hard-working man, and I worked for something, and I
most of you people owned houses.
I mean, yeah, but at the same time, I had 7 kids, and I had to work hard for this house.
You had 7 kids?
Yeah, me and Marcia got busy.
7? Where are they now?
My oldest son, he enlisted into the military, and bunch of those Arab Afghani terrorists took his life.
Yeesh.
He died a hero. But what did our government do? Nothing about it. They didn't even choose to honor him at all.
Actually, I have an article that says that he died a hero, and they did honor him. There was a big parade thrown.
I was invited to the parade.
It was announced everywhere.
Sometimes,
You're just bitter because you didn't get to go because you're too busy managing businesses.
you know,
Are you deflecting responsibility off of a easy target?
I'm a hardworking guy, and when he went off, I still had maybe my 3 other kids, and my wife.
Those would be.
My second oldest, my daughter, she's an accomplished interpreter dancer. I don't really understand what she does, but she works at this night job and whatnot. I don't understand it. I tell her you do you, sweetie.
That sounds like the plot of Flashdance.
I remember Flashdance. Yeah, that was a good movie. I don't know. I don't think my.
Wait a minute. Are all your kids' life, are they just like movie plots you're making up?
No, of course not.
Hold on, because your first one who died, you just literally transported. I think that's the plot to one of the 4th of July. Only you transported to current wars. Your daughter is Flashdance. I looked up the other ones. One of your kids said he moved to this country town to try to bring dance to it. That's Footloose. Another one said that your kid knew an old man in his town who built a time machine and went back in time and almost had sex with your wife. That's Back to the Future. It says here you only had 2 kids, and that's Tav's dad, and no wait, that doesn't make sense.
No, Tav's dad is my brother.
All right, because I'm looking at your family tree right now, and this is all kinds of fucked up. I don't know. Where's this alien here? Is it alien and then a popsicle over here, and then a porcupine, and I think a badly drawn Sonic the Hedgehog.
That alien, that used to be the old head of the house.
An alien.
He was our great grandfather, Sergio. He's from Italy, so of course you would think he's an alien, because he immigrated here back in the 1800s.
You're saying you're half alien?
No, I mean an illegal alien, because he illegally was here.
No, you're saying you're half extraterrestrial.
No, he was an Italian man.
That was deformed enough to look like an alien, like a typical gray alien.
Well, I think when people... Well, that's why I hate these alien shit that people always put out, because they're making fun of my great-great-grandpa. That's disrespectful to this man. He was a normal, hard-working Italian man who grew up in South Italy and was a tomato farmer for all of his life, and then he decided, I need to make a better change for myself and my wife. The tomato fields are drying up. I'm losing my business. And he came down to America.
I'm trying to process this, Uncle Tav, because you're telling me is that your grandfather was a deformed Italian man.
My great-great-grandfather.
Your great-great-grandfather was a Italian man with deformities who emigrated to the U.S. for better tomato crops.
Yeah, he wanted to bring the San Marzanos here to the West, here to the States, to the colonies back then, or more like it was post-Revolutionary War. He was a Civil War general, Surgeon General.
Your credentials are falling apart every minute, sir. I'm going to have to cut this podcast because it sounds like I'm exposing all these lies that you've told over the years. Except for your business, those are real, unfortunately.
What do you mean lies? I had 7 kids. My great-great-grandfather was a deformed Italian man who had to work hard all of his life.
On this family tree, it says Tom Cruise is one of your children.
Well, yeah, didn't you know he was Italian? His full name is well, Tom. Tom. He didn't want to be related to the Tav name anymore. I had to disown the poor kid. He used to be a Tav too.
You know what? We're gonna have to end this episode.
No, don't you dare. Okay, I need to set the record straight for your listeners here.
No, they don't have to listen to anything. Look here. No, you listen. Oh my God, it's John.
Oh, What the heck is this kid doing here?
Look, I'm kidding. It's not Jod. It's just my impression of Jod. I'm sorry for this lie and for bringing on this notorious liar. I don't know why I agreed to this, but I guess I needed a Tav to sit here with me. Could have hosted this thing with Jod, the real Jod. Maybe that would have gone about the same.
Now you listen here. This goes out to don't you?
Hey,
shut up! No, hey. Now, you want to take this outside, huh, punk?
All right, we're taking this outside.
That's
Thanks for listening to TaviRadio SatAM. Next time you hear me, I will have killed a man.
I'm limbering up right now. You don't want to mess with this. You don't want to do any of this.
All right, let's go, old man. Thanks for listening, and see ya.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to be here for sure, kid. I'm a you little.